If you've ever hesitated to raise your prices, worried people would ghost you or judge you, I'm going to show you the 4 psychological principles that make high ticket offers actually work. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding how humans really make buying decisions. I'm Kara Flowers, a business mentor who's helped women worldwide remove invisible barriers holding them back and build 6-figure businesses. And as a Christian wife and a mom, I bring that perspective to everything that I teach. Principle 1, the price quality heuristic. Here's the truth about pricing. Humans subconsciously associate higher prices with higher value. When your offer is underpriced, it can actually raise red flags with your ideal clients. They think, if this is really transformational, why doesn't it cost more? The price quality heuristic was first identified by psychologists in the 1980s and shows that our brains use price as a mental shortcut to determine quality, especially when we can't easily evaluate the true value of something, like coaching or consulting. Premium pricing isn't about ego. It's about signaling clarity. It says, I take this work seriously and I know you do too. Think about the last time you underpriced something and attracted clients who constantly questioned your process or didn't implement. How did it impact both their results and your energy? Principle 2, the anchoring effect. Anchoring is simple but powerful. The first number someone sees frames how they see all of the other numbers. That's why luxury brands like Louis Vuitton display their $10,000 bags prominently. When you walk out with a $3,000 one, you feel like, woof, I just saved, even though you just spent $3,000 on a bag. According to research in the Journal of Consumer Psychology, anchoring can influence price perceptions by up to 50%, even among experienced professionals who should know better. In coaching, when you lead with transformation and outcome, not deliverables or hours, it completely reframes the value of your price. In my first year of high ticket coaching, I made a lot of invisible offers to people. I didn't discount my price, but I gave them ways to pay that had no boundaries and no limitations. This really hurt the results that my clients had. Why? Because although I did give them a high ticket offer, I didn't set the standard to allow them to rise up to pay that. Instead, I let clients pay $150 a month or $300 a month on a $20,000 offer, meaning they were going to pay me for 5+ years. I stopped doing that because I realized what was actually happening was that high ticket offer was no longer actually causing them to rise to the occasion. They were not focusing on results. That anchor point that I had set was lowered so much that these clients often didn't get the results that they started out getting. And in fact, many of them rolled off, meaning they didn't actually complete their time with me and they left feeling dissatisfied. And I spent so much time and energy trying to help raise the standard that I had already lowered when I took those low payments on a high ticket offer. Principle 3 is the Veblen effect. The Veblen effect explains why some people feel more comfortable investing when something costs more. It's not about status, it's about perceived seriousness. Named after the economist Thorstein Veblen, this principle challenges basic economic theory by showing that for certain goods, higher prices actually increase demand rather than decrease it. Think about it. People often choose a new laptop over a refurbished one with identical functionality. Why? Because the higher price feels more secure. Your price is a signal to your client. This is for people who are ready to show up at a different level. My first 12-month client came at a shock to me. Most people typically go with the 12-week or the shorter offer because they want to get proof of concept. But when this client said, I need 12 months because what I want to do is fully go in, I need to commit everything to this. When he chose that higher priced 5-figure offer, I was a little stunned, but I also understood fully what he meant. And by the way, he became one of my most successful clients in that first year, not because he was extraordinary, but because he went all in. And then I even became a believer that higher price offers actually do increase that commitment that people are wanting to make to their own transformation. Principle 4, commitment and consistency. When people make a significant investment, they act in alignment with that choice. That's the commitment and consistency principle. First documented by psychologist Robert Cialdini, this principle shows that humans have a deep psychological need to remain consistent with what they've already said or done. But you might be thinking, my audience can't afford premium prices. Let's challenge that assumption. The coaching industry is currently valued at approximately $6.25 billion as of 2024, and it's projected to reach $7.3 billion by 2025, growing at a 17% annual rate despite economic uncertainty. High-ticket coaching specifically continues to thrive as part of this expansion. Even more telling, coaches now command an average hourly rate of $256, representing a 5% increase since 2022. The simple economics prove that as demand increases, so does the willingness to pay premium prices, even during economic downturns. Because people aren't buying coaching. They're investing in a version of themselves they can control when everything else feels uncertain. When someone says, I can't afford it, they're often really saying, I don't see enough value yet. Your price is like the depth of a swimming pool. Set it too shallow and people just splash around casually. Set it to the right depth and they fully immerse themselves, committed to the experience in a fundamentally different way. The same water creates two completely different experiences based solely on its depth. When clients invest at a premium level, they're not just buying your service, they're investing and becoming a different person. And that transformation is what they're really after. Most people don't say no to transformation. They say no when something feels off, when the price doesn't match the promise. Are you pricing from your past self or from the future your clients are stepping into? Your next step is building a brand that matches the value. And I show you exactly how to do that in my next video on how to build a magnetic personal brand here.